Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I have a video for you guys talking about some new eyeshadow launches from Makeup Forever. I absolutely love Makeup Forever eyeshadows. I remember when they did their reformulation of their artist shadows, I was one of the first people to do a review on them because I swatched those eyeshadows and I was completely blown away. Now when I saw on Trend Mood on Instagram that they had reformulated their eyeshadow formulas, I was a little confused because I thought that it was already perfect. How could it be better? Now Makeup Forever actually sent me a couple of the eyeshadow shades, and I did also purchase some, well, a couple myself. So what I wanted to do for you guys is kind of swatch and decide if there is enough of a difference between the two formulations to warrant getting either some new shades that they have or just sticking with what you have. I personally at this point see a difference with the matte shades, and the matte from Makeup Forever is, I mean, probably the best eyeshadow formulation I've tried. And the reason why I'm saying probably, because you guys know how much I love Natasha Denona eyeshadows, and they're probably my favorite eyeshadow formulation, but these Makeup Forever artist shadows are up there as well. So I wanted to get sort of like a shade of each formulation. They have diamond, metallics, mattes, iridescents, and satins. So I wanted to kind of test to see what the difference is. The only one I don't have to test for you guys are the satins, because those are probably my least favorite formulation, or they are the least of my least favorite of all the eyeshadow formulations that they have. In addition to that, I did get this in the mail this morning. I purchased this, I think, on Friday on the Sephora website. It's their Starlet glitter palette, and I've been waiting for this guy because I was also curious to see if this glitter is similar to their diamond texture, and I will say that it's completely different. So I do have that to play with as well. I did pay $56 on the Canadian website, Canadian Sephora, for this palette. I think it's about 44 USD. But I will say that this has a very, very fine or refined texture. It's not a very chunky palette. And after playing with it, I absolutely love it, but I don't necessarily think that it's a must-have unless you are someone like myself that loves a bit of sparkle on the lid. They are interesting color, and the formulation I would say is also interesting. The only thing I would compare to is the Moon Dust palette from Urban Decay, and those are a lot chunkier in terms of the glitter and the texture than these. These are very, very refined, very, it's a very, very thin formula, and it doesn't have like an intense background shade. I think that these are, they kind of remind me of eyeshadow toppers. So you guys are gonna see that when I did put this on my lid, I did have a cream eyeshadow down, but I would say that you can definitely use it without a eyeshadow base. Okay guys, so that's all I have to say. Stay tuned for the swatches and the demo, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Okay guys, so I'm gonna go ahead with the demo now, and I'm gonna use a base that's actually from Makeup Forever. This is one of their sort of like a gel Aqua Cream waterproof cream color. This one is in the shade number 17. It's sort of like a burgundy color, and I'm gonna actually use this all over the lid as a base. I'm gonna use a synthetic brush just to blend that out a little. Next, I'm gonna take a flat shadow brush and I'm gonna go in with that matte shade. And I'm just gonna start to pack this on the outer portion of the eye. So I'm gonna pack this on the outer part of the eye, just where the crease is. Then I'm gonna go in with a MAC 222 brush, and I'm going to use this shade to blend that out. I'm gonna also bring that in the crease a little. Then I'm gonna switch my brush again to a fluffier brush. This one is the Morphe M441, and I'm gonna go in with this lighter shade, and this is now going to be my blend-in shade. I'm actually gonna mix it with this creamy shade and load that up on my brush and start to diffuse those colors together. Then I'm gonna go back to my 222 brush, and I'm gonna take the original shade that we used and darken the crease. Now I'm gonna take my flat eyeshadow brush and I'm gonna dip into this cream shade right here. And I'm just gonna pack that on the brow bone just to kind of brighten it and to diffuse the edges of those other shades that we used. Okay guys, so I think I'm gonna go in with this purple shade for my lid, and I'm just gonna apply it just the way it is, just to see how, you know, if we actually need a base. But I am gonna spritz my brush with some setting spray. And let's go in and pop this on the lid. I would definitely say that it does have a lot more pigment than the diamond eyeshadows, and the base of it is also a lot finer. So it's the base is very light, but the payoff of shimmer and glitter is very intense. So that's how that looks, just without an eyeshadow base, which I'm not exactly sure I need an eyeshadow base for this one. There's absolutely no fallout. Yeah, so I'm not experiencing any fallout, so I'm just gonna spritz my brush again and just apply it like that. These actually kind of remind me of eyeshadow toppers as well. So if I didn't put a colored base down, I probably would have gone in with an eyeshadow and then put this on top of it. But since I already used that eggplant base, I don't necessarily think that this needs it. That is absolutely gorgeous. I don't think the glitter is that intense, I'll be honest, but it definitely is giving me disco ball vibes. Okay, so I'm gonna work on the lower lash line, and I think I'm gonna do a bit of blues just to make this look more fun. Since we are having a bit of blue reflect in the glitter shade, I think we should go in with a bit of blue on the lower lash line. So I'm gonna go into this eyeliner thing from Makeup Forever. They actually sent me that when those eyeliners were launched, and I'm gonna use the shade M222, which is sort of like a I don't know what kind of blue is that. It's sort of like a purpley blue. Then I'm gonna take this Morphe M213 brush. It's just a really precise small brush. I'm gonna go in with this blue shade, the dark blue in this palette, and I'm just gonna run that right next to the where we put the pencil. And then I'm gonna go in with this little brush. I think I'm gonna use a little bit of this purpley shade and diffuse that color. Maybe mix in a little bit of M842 to kind of tie the top to the bottom. Oh, that's pretty. That is very, very pretty. Oh, that is gorgeous. I'm using a Sigma E36 brush, which is just a small blending brush. And I like that. Okay guys, so I'm gonna go back in now and highlight the inner corner of my eyes. And I'm gonna go back into the palette, and I think I'm gonna use this first shade just to highlight in here. Oh, that is so pretty. And just because it's here, I'm gonna use a little bit of this blue. Ooh. I'm gonna use a little bit of the lighter blue in that palette, and I'm gonna take it on the lower lash line, just right here within that little part right there, just to brighten that part up just a little bit as well. And kind of drag it to blend it into that blue. I cannot stop myself. This color is so pretty. And blend that out again. Okay guys, I'm gonna pop on some lashes and I will be right back in a second with the final look.